Good evening, everyone. Happy Friday. I had a busy day today. Sorry, that's why I'm coming on here late. Um, Today is the Proverbs Wisdom Challenge, day 23. And I will be reading Proverbs 23. So it starts with, it says, when thou sittest to eat with a ruler, rich person, somebody with power, consider diligently what is before thee, and put a knife to thy throat, if thou be a man given to appetite. Be not desirous of his dainties, for they are deceitful meat. Labor not to be rich. Cease from thine own wisdom. Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle toward heaven. Eat thou not the bread of him that hath an evil eye, neither desire thou his dainties meats. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, saith he to thee, but his heart is not with thee. The morsel which thou hast eaten shalt thou vomit up, and lose thy sweet words? Speak not in the ears of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of thy word. Remove not the landmark, and enter not into the fields of the fatherless. Sorry about that. On 11, it says, for the Redeemer is mighty. He shall plead their cause with thee. The Redeemer is mighty. He will plead their cause with thee. Apply thine heart unto instructions, and thine ears to the words of knowledge. Withhold not correction from the child. If thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die. Thou shalt beat him with the rod, and shall deliver his soul from hell. My son, if thine heart be wise, my heart shall rejoice, even mine. Yea, my reins shall rejoice when thy lips speak right things. 17 says, let not thine heart envy sinners, but be thou in the fear of the Lord all day long. For surely there is an end, and thine expectation shall not be cut off. Hear thou, my son, and be wise, and guide thine heart in the way. Be not among wine bibblers, among riotous eaters of flesh, for the drunkard and the glutton shall come to poverty, and drowsiness shall clothe a man with rags. Ooh. Hearken unto thy father that begat thee, and despise not thy mother when she is old. Buy the truth and sell it not, also wisdom and instruction and understanding. The father of the righteous shall greatly rejoice, and he that begotteth a wise child shall have joy of him. Thy father and thy mother shall be glad, and she that bear thee shall rejoice. My son, give me thine heart, and thine eyes observe my ways. For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit. She shall lie in wait as for a prey, and increase it transgressors among men. Who hath woe? Who had sorrow? Who had contentions? Who had babbling? Who had wounds without cause? Who had redness of eyes? They that tarry long at wine. He said, who had woe, and who had sorrow? Who had contentions? Who had babblings? Who had wounds without cause? Who had redness of eyes? And he goes to say in 30, they that tarry long at the wine. They that go seek mixed wine. Look not thou upon the wine when it is red, when it giveth his color in the cup, when it moveth itself aright. At the last it biteth like a serpent, and stingeth like an adder. Thine eyes shall behold strange women, and thy heart shall utter perverse things. They talking about somebody drunk. Yea, thou shalt be as he that lieth down in the midst of the sea, or as he that lieth upon the top of a mast. They have stricken me, shalt thou say, and I was not sick. They have beaten me, I felt it not. When shall I awake? I I will seek it yet again. Said, no matter. Even though I go to sleep, I done been through all this, that, the other, I'm going to do it again tomorrow. That's what a fool does. They repeat the same cycles over and over again. I'm sorry it's dark down here because it is dark outside. I apologize. But yeah, they, no matter, they get drunk, act the fool, cut up, then do it all over again and again and again and again because they love to do it. So that's 23. It's a lot in 23. I mean, it's a lot in all of these proverbs, and I just thank the Lord for allowing me to go through this challenge again, because last time I went through it, probably like last year, I got a lot out of that too. But some things I missed because you just reading and reading and reading. You studying it, but then sometimes God don't reveal things to you later on in life because they'll be meaning for you to at that time. And so for me, what stood out to me was 1 through 4 actually. 1 through 4, it's saying when you sit down with people that is of a high degree, high standards, not standards, but like rich, wealthy, powerful people, be cautious and use discernment. Have self-restraint around them. This is what I got out of these 4. Have some self-restraint and don't do things that go against him, go against God, and go against what you believe. Don't compromise your integrity for things that people can offer you. That's what I got out of this. Because it said, don't, when you eating down with them, you eating with them, be watchful, labor not to be rich, cease from thine own wisdom. And then it said, that was 4, but 3 says, be not desirous of his dainties, for they are a deceitful meat. Some people come and they'll I forgot what I think they call it quick pro something when in the work field, but like we can it had to be a limit on what you could take when you're going out to eat with other companies and things like that, because they don't want you to be like, oh, you owe me something because I did this, or they promised me this because of that, things like that. You have to be careful of when you're coming to company with people with power. Because some people use their power to get gain. Some people use their power to belittle people, make them do things that, go against their religion or go against their relationship with the Lord. I hate using the word religion, but go against their relationship with the Lord, do some things that God tell you don't do. And just because they have money and power, you do them because you love money. But the Bible is strategic when it says the love of money is the root of all evil. Not money, but the love of it. And so many people, they love it. And it says they that love it will eat the fruit of it. So that's what I got out of 1 through 3, 23 verses 1 through 4. I'm sorry. It says, but 6 says, eat thou not the bread of him that had an evil eye, neither desire thou his dainty meats. So that's where the this dog, he don't cut up till I get the recording. That's where the discernment comes in at, of knowing, when that person is don't have your best interest. And this ain't just in this. If a person don't have your best interest, don't be around them. The Bible said, how can two people be together except they're in agreement? And that's in anything. Because you're going to rub off. Either if you're a follower, they're going to rub off on you. And if you have weak, I hate to say weak-minded, but if you're conscious, you're a follower, you're gonna do what the crowd do. I am not like that scripture that he say, be in the world and not of it. Man, I think I'm just not myself, but I just think that as I go on this journey, the more I seek him, the more I don't want to be of the world and do the things that the world like to do or that the world does. I wrote the meal itself can be deceptive. That's what it says here. The meal itself can be deceptive, representing a bribe, representing some transactional relationship. So you just really have to be careful when you're dealing with people, power, people. Period. What else stood out to me? Buy not the truth and sell it not. Also wisdom and instruction and understanding. Then it says 24 says, the father of the righteous shall greatly rejoice, and he that begetteth a wise child shall have joy in him. Buy the truth and sell it not, meaning like your wisdom and the godly wisdom, your gifts and things like that. You don't sell it, keep it, and honor it. Honor the wisdom that God give you, the instructions and understanding, because wisdom, you can have wisdom, right? Solomon he asked God for wisdom, and he gained so much after that. He gained prosperity. He gained wealth. He gained a lot. He had so many women. That was his downfall. He had so many women. And God strategically told him don't mess with a certain women, and they brought like things, even though he had all this wisdom, they had him dipping and dabbing with sorcery and witchcraft and things. They brought all that into his kingdom. So wisdom alone is not enough. He said, get thy wisdom, get understanding. Also get an understanding and instruction, and you make sure that you speaking to God before you do things. I make sure I'm asking him before I do any and everything. But I think that's all that I wanted to go over. Yeah, I just put that he warns us against becoming captivated by the things of this world, things that the powerful people may have. Don't get captivated by it. Don't even act like it ain't nothing, because it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. It's nothing. And I just wrote 23:10, a fool hate knowledge and direction. 23:9, I'm sorry, they hate knowledge and direction. And it's I highlighted 23:10 as well, because it says, remove not the old landmark, and enter not into the fields of the fatherless. Then 11 goes on to say, for their Redeemer is mighty, and he shall plead their cause. God don't play about the poor. God don't play about people that can't fight for themselves and his children, things like that. He's going to make sure that he repay you. Whether you do good or bad, he's going to repay you for messing with his children, the poor and the weak. What else? I believe that's all I wanted to go over. Oh, 23:20. I'm sorry, I know it's getting late. 23:20. Is that 23:20? Yeah. That one. Be not among wine bibblers and among riotous eaters of flesh. And then 21 says, for the drunkard and the glutton shall come to poverty and drowsiness, and shall clothe a man in rags. Saying that if all your money going towards food and alcohol, you're going to always be poor. You're going to always have poverty, because it's taking all of what you got. Not only that, it breaks you down physically as well. Both of them do. So that one I wrote down. I wanted to just go over that briefly. I said overeating and drinking. He warns us against associating close with people who are addicted to food and wine. Those habits lead to poverty and destruction. And he just wants us to have self-control, and wisdom, and maintain, ourselves, and keep a balance in everything. Not just that, everything. You don't want you overdoing anything. All right, well, that's all I have for tonight. I'll be back on here tomorrow early, going over 24. So if you have your Bibles, go ahead and read it ahead, and we'll read it together. But I thank you guys for joining and listening. We're almost done with the month. And be blessed, and I love you. Stay warm because it's cold. All right. Love you guys.